Alright. Part 6. This one is going to be the Natah quest. Now, for this quest, what you needed to do first is scan a, specific drone that shows up on, Uranus. Best area would be the, sabotage or exterminate mission, really.
Begin optimizing the local workforce.
When you find it there, you scan it, and then that unlocks the ability to work on the quest.
I've marked the signatures on your map. Gather scans, but approach with caution, Tenno. I'm not getting a good feed. Is there an object they're pulling data from? Scan it for me. It is just old war wreckage. Why are the Corpus suddenly interested in it? Tenno, another scannable signature just appeared near you. We may be able to determine what the Corpus are up to. I'm not getting a signal, but if you found a drone, scan it before it notices you. What did you see? My data stream went dark. This drone is not a Corpus design. If you can get another scan, I can determine its origin. I'm not getting a signal, but if you found a drone, scan it before it notices you. I am sensing some signal masking. It will take some time to decipher. Concentrate on your mission for now. Good. I'm putting the stream together now. It is an oculist. That means... I'm sorry, Tenno. Stay safe.
Hello. Did the
That actually works. Okay.
Operator? Get cut off? I have extraction ready. I think you should hurry.
Good fortune, Hunter.
Okay, sorry about that for not talking there. So yeah, the whole thing there was going around to scan those drones. I guess I have to do it again. I'll check just in case. But before I do that, I'm going to swap off of Loki. I was going to be talking about him, but I wasn't sure if teammate would have picked up on mic, because I accidentally set it to public. But, so Loki is a really good, stealth frame, and he is what I call a manipulator frame. His, passive, he can hang on to walls longer, so if you, aim while on a wall, you'll latch onto it, and he stays on for a long time. First ability, Decoy. It spawns a decoy. It has no scaling other than duration, really, and it's basically like a level 1 Loki. It'll die in a few seconds, but it has one of the highest aggro generations in the entire game, and if you put it at the right spot, enemies just won't be able to shoot it. And they won't be able to shoot in general, because they'll be distracted. Invisibility, it's what it is. Switch teleport, you do teleport, but you'll swap places with your target, confusing them. And then radial disarm. You emit a pulse of AoE damage that will disarm enemies, making them go melee. This Loki is literally one of the frames, I think one of the only frames, really, that you want negative strength on. Well, other than Nova, of course, for Speed Nova. But it's because he doesn't do damage with his abilities. Like, ability strength is literally useless on him. Even this thing does basically no damage. So yeah, you could just build him for duration and range, really. Now then, Mesa. Yeah, I set it to friends only. Yeah, I gotta do this quest again. Okay, I'll be back in a sec once it's done. Alright, there we go. The fact I had to do it all over again is kind of annoying.
Operator, Ordis knows what it is like to be abandoned.
Oh, I can do Mastery Test 28. Nice.
So, pupil, the spring has ended. The lotus blossom has snapped shut. Her true nature revealed. Now, we shall see if codependence can be broken. Let us begin to unravel her long-hidden truth.
Stupid. Okay, sorry about the, spoiler there. Okay, so we're working with Teshin. This is the NPC in charge of the Conclave, the PvP area. Teshin, good. PvP, absolute garbage. Nobody likes it. I mean, maybe like 3 people. Okay, so for Mesa here, just like Lavos, she has 2 passives, and it's tied to weaponry. When she has a single-handed pistol or dual-wield pistol, it has different effects. I forgot the exact effects, but I know one was reload speed and one was fire rate. And the second passive is if she doesn't have a melee, she gets an additional 50 health. Flat health. So, yeah. She's definitely a Old West gunslinger sort of frame. Now, her first ability, I don't have it equipped on this loadout. It's, I forgot what the name was called. Ballistic Battery or something? But, how it works, you'll charge up energy by dealing damage, and then when you deactivate it by, well, basically activating the ability again, it will convert the energy absorbed into damage for your next shot. So, basically, she boosts the damage of your guns for that one. Her second ability is called Shooting Gallery. You activate it, and it'll give you and allies for less of a duration, spread over how many teammates you have, a damage buff to your weaponry and all that. Wow, I am dying quick with this. Her second ability is, oh, what is it called? I forgot what the name of... Oh, Shatter Shield, that's it. With Shatter Shield, you gain damage reduction, scaling with ability strength, and ranged attacks get reflected back at your attackers. Then her fourth ability is mainly why she's one of the best damage dealers in the game. Oh my good lord.
Access the console.
This isn't even steel path, what the heck?
Protect
Alright.
this console. Go.
Now, I have an augment that's letting me move during this. Normally, you won't be able to move around like this. You'll be able to turn the camera, but that's about it. So, during this, you pull out your exalted pistols, and, she will just gun down anyone inside this circle. The longer you have the circle over targets, the smaller it gets until it's, like, barely even anything to only, like, 1, maybe 2 targets can be in its sights. But, if you have Mesa's Waltz, the augment I'm talking about, then slowly over time the vision range goes back up. So yeah, as you can see, the circle goes down whenever I shoot, but because of the augment, it's slowly going up. It doesn't say this on the augment itself, but still helpful. And on top of that, Mesa's Waltz is an Exilus mod, so you could just put that in that other slot when you have a Exilus adapter available. So yeah, Mesa is really good at dealing damage and defending objectives.
Use this combat to sharpen your blades. I predict you will need them in coming battles.
I mean, heck, if I'm right about this, you could give her these things called Archon mods, and like you could give her the corrosive one for duration, where her if an ability deals corrosive damage, then it or not corrosive. If it applies toxin damage, then it also applies corrosive stacks for reducing armor. Then you could just give her pistols a toxin mod. Or you could go with the vitality, making fire procs apply twice. You could go with cold for enemies having a chance of dropping energy orbs. Or you could go with electricity to get energy regen. The energy regen does not apply while in your ult, but as soon as you exit out, if the duration's up, you'll get energy regen for that duration. It's a small amount, but it's still helpful. Please back off. Thank you, Vulpaphyla, for saving my life. Whoa, Mesa. Hey, fix the cape. Alright then.
This Grenier is
So yeah, just to see here.
More volatile.
Okay, yeah, shooting dual wield is faster, reload single-handed, on sidearms faster, gain 50 bonus health when not using a melee. Alright. Nekros. This is a necromancer frame. And his passive is when an enemy dies near him, he gets health back for it. Now, it's a small amount, but it's to help counter, well, I mean, it's not specifically to help counter this, but he has a ability here called Desecrate. It will consume energy per charge, but if you have the augment, then it will consume health instead. And what it exactly does is whenever an enemy dies, you, well, as the name implies, desecrate their corpse for more drops. So yes, he is a loot boy. But he's not just that. His first ability is Soul Punch. You literally punch the soul out of someone.
It will awaken and
Oh, I didn't even know it did that. Huh. Okay, so if it kills, it actually spawns guys for your ultimate. Now, your ultimate is, you will summon shadows of enemies that have died to fight alongside you. Their health slowly drains over time, but there are ways of counteracting this. Main way people use is, utilizing, another frame's, lifesteal ability. Though another way is having an Oberon on your team, and that is just anti-synergetic, because Oberon's heal drains per ally needing health.
He knows where the tomb is. Apprehend him.
Get over here, you. Capture target, of course.
We have our target. Advance. Extraction.
There's them. And his second ability is called Terrify. You activate it, and, nope, enemies are all dead. Okay. Give me a sec. Where is a enemy? Ah, you activate it. Woo! Yep, enemies just run away in fear. So yeah, if you have good weaponry for it, Nekros can be a good sustain frame. He's not the tankiest, but so long as you're getting kills, you will be topping off your health pretty quick. And your army of the dead, for his ultimate, will just add with, like, distracting enemies and being able to dish out a decent but not good amount of damage. Oh my god, can you stop with all the electric traps? Ah! There we go. So yeah, if you ever get the chance on Deimos, which used to be the derelict, which you needed keys for, I remember. And I'm not just meaning the corrupted keys, I'm meaning like actually having mission keys.
Speak, Lotus.
But
the pieces are set. It is your move.
Till Regor must be stopped from entering the tomb. I have to risk exposure to stop him.
Let me see here.
Go.
Okay, I need to swap these. So, yeah, if you ever get your way to Deimos, there's a boss there that you can farm for Nekros' parts, and he can do really good at resource farm. Actually, do I? No, I don't have points. I can't put any into that. Do I have another augment? Nah. Alright. Now, I'm not entirely sure how many people have heard of this, but there is a tale called Journey to the West. And a character in that tale, well, main character is Wukong. We'll get to him later. But, another character is this one, Nezha. Now, Nezha in Warframe is an interesting one. For one thing, they have less friction than other frames. So if you, like, do a quick hold of your dodge for a slide, he slides much further and faster. than anybody else. Now, first ability, to go with the flame wheels that he has in the story, Pyroclastic, or not Pyroclastic Flow, I was about to say the name of the augment. Flame Walker, I think it was called? Yeah, you just leave a trail of fire behind you. Second ability, Blazing Chakram. Costs a little ring, deals damage. Because of the augment I have for Reaping Chakram, it makes enemies drop a whole bunch of health orbs out of it. As well as dealing double damage and all that stuff. Well, per target it hits, anyways. Third ability, Warding Halo.
Access the system.
You grant it to yourself, and it's basically Rhino's Iron Skin, but you still take damage. It's just that most of the damage will be absorbed by the Hula Hoop. And yes, that is a nickname people gave Nezha.
Knew it.
Survival mission, okay.
Can't resist the chance to get
So yeah,
there.
and then his ultimate, I forgot the name of it, but you summon spears to stab people. If they're alive and duration runs out or you activate it again, slam them on the ground, dealing damage again.
Destroyer. The Liberator.
Also, Blazing Chakram, if you hit a enemy that has been hit by your spears, it'll actually hit them again. Like, multiple times, because it'll spawn additional chakrams. I don't know what's going on with this gauntlet.
Life support incoming.
Real quick, these are the Ripkas, and, oh. Yeah, they're chainsaw gauntlets. And also, this is Europa, or not Europa, Uranus, or Uranus. And, the boss here is, Tyle Regor. He's the one that drops the parts for Equinox. Now, a good thing to let you know, if you are able to farm for Equinox Prime, they are a one-time craft. You only need to craft one of it in order to fully do it. So that's a chassis, neuroptic, and systems, as well as the blueprint. But if you go for actual Equinox, expect to have to grind for day form, night form, and Equinox's blueprints for each of them. And then combine the two and an Oracle Cell for a Equinox fully built. Yeah, you have to basically farm for 2 frames off of one boss in order to craft a single frame. Yeah, Equinox is a long grind, but at least it's off of one thing, Chroma. Oh yeah, for Chroma I forgot to mention, but their grind requires you to also get parts for 4 other frames. Volt, Frost, Saren, and Ember.
Who cares? They
Yeah.
crushed the Oro Kid, freed us. How? How'd they do that? I want to know.
Huh? Who the heck was that? Yeah, as you saw there were two things off of that. Oh, arm gone. Oh, head gone there. Woo! Oh yeah, also you can't recast Warding Halo. In a sense you can with its augment, but the augment is being able to cast it on teammates. So basically when you cast it, if you're looking at a teammate, it will throw it onto them.
Drilling. Hundreds of hours and just cracking through the sarcophagus now. Open wide.
Yeah, by the way, I have adaptation on, which is why I'm able to tank these guys so well. Oh, I hate those things. Maniacs, they'll like become immune if they like lose a certain amount of health and just teleport away. They were actually how you got Ash's parts. Now Ash is in stinking Railjack, just like Oberon.
Massive. Empty. Where are they? They escaped? Wait. What's this?
Regor has to be one of the smartest Grineer I've ever seen for in this game. Oh yeah, by the way, any progress on weapons for affinity, like if you level up a weapon, if you are at max, like mastery points to like be able to do the test, any additional affinity won't actually be lost. It'll transfer over to the next rank. So if you're stuck on a mastery quest, or not quest, a mastery test, don't worry about like losing out on any XP for the next rank. You can just farm up as best you can, and then when you complete it, the next one should be basically ready. Though a quick additional warning, tests go on a 24-hour timer, so if you do a test, you're gonna need to wait 24 hours for the next one. It's just to like make sure you're not like just flying through on missions, basically.
Self-manipulation. What will it do for me?
What has he found?
The heck is that thing?
What was that?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too, Tile. You know, I'll admit for me, other than the fact that, well, most Grineer just do not care about people other than themselves because of their stinking, like, cloning, or clone rot as it's called, thing. Other than the fact that they'll just kill people because, and with that whole problem. Tile Regor, I think, is one of the nicer Grineer, because he's genuinely trying to find a way to cure this clone rot thing. But then again, the other point of it is so that there'll be more effective soldiers for the queens so that they can take over areas easier.
Does this form remind you of what you once were? Time has carried my seed so very far from the branch.
Eh? Let me out of here already!
Extraction ready. Leave now. Get out.
Booking it. Oh yeah, Firewalker also increases movement speed. Woo!
Pupil, what is your Lotus hiding? Who is Natah?
I don't know.
My name. My old name. It is not who I am now. We need to focus on now, not history. We need to seal the tomb. A blast capable.
The sentient is awake, Natah. It will not be contained for long.
A focused blast could release the magma flows beneath and rebury the tomb. Protect the bomb during its lengthy arming process.
Alright, so this is Nidus. He is an infested frame. Now, the thing about the frames is that all of them are technically infested. As in, like, the infested enemy types. But Nidus is the closest related to them, basically. And on top of that, he is, in my opinion, and that YouTuber I mentioned before, Tribros, he is, in our opinion, one of the most balanced frames in the game. He's strong, but he needs to get up to that point. And while he can be squishy, he can also be very tanky. It just takes time for him to do so. Now, as you can see, my 1 and 2 are visible, but my ultimate and my third ability are not. That's because I need stacks. Now, to gain stacks, I need to hit enemies with my 1. Which is that stomp ability right there. And every target hits gives me a charge. At 5 charges, I gain a stack. The passive that Nidus has is if I have 15 stacks and I were to die, I restore half my health. I get 3 seconds or so of immunity, and I am also granted, and I also lose those 15 stacks. I can have a maximum of 100 stacks Now, stacks also have an additional factor. They buff the power of my 1 and my ultimate. Now, to help with that, I have an ability called Larva, the second ability. This groups up enemies into a big old ball, basically, and it holds them there for the duration. That makes it extremely easy for me to get my stacks out. My third ability requires me to have 1 stack, as it does not consume energy, but instead consumes that stack. And in doing so, I can do one of 2 things. Either throw it onto an ally to grant them ability strength, as well as boosting my own ability strength because of them, or I can throw it onto an enemy, making that enemy a stationary statue, and they will cast my 1 alongside me. Now, an additional thing about it is that, oh yeah, and also any damage I take is transferred to that thing. As in, like, the guy that I have just held right there. And, to go with it, my, what was the other? Oh, yeah, that's about it for that thing. But, the additional thing for Nidus, a secret passive, I guess you could say, about him, is that his, as you level him up, he actually gains passive health regen. Being an infested, he is primarily organic compared to the other ones that have, like, high armor and stuff like that. So, while he is tanky, he has less health than a Naros, for sure, but, again, has that passive health regen, which you can combine with the Rejuvenate mod to speed it up even more. That is an aura mod, by the way, that will grant your team and you health regen. To help as well, Nidus's ultimate will grant him and teammates inside of its area health regen. Now, right now, I also have a augment where whenever I use my 1 while in my ult, I have a chance of getting additional stacks. Oh yeah, and if you hold, you can see, like, the area of your 1, but also when your ult is out, you can see your little larva. They will rush to an enemy, stun lock them basically, and then pop like a balloon. And when they do so, I believe they can grant you stacks. I'm not sure, but you can also hit them with your 1 to instantly pop them, and that can add some really good AoE to Nidus. And yeah, look at the little guy go. Look at the little guy. Oh yeah, and an additional thing, because of how spammy Nidus is, I do not recommend going anywhere with his ability efficiency. Keep it at 100%. The reason is per enemy hit by his 1, he will restore energy. And at most, it is like the ability cost is 40, and you need to hit 4 enemies to get basically a free cast. So my biggest recommendation, keep his efficiency at 100, meaning no blind rage and no streamline. Yeah, unfortunately, Nidus's one is also restricted by walls. So if there's even a small little incline, it can screw with your one. In fact, the biggest thing screwing with us Warframes is walls. Well, one other thing, but that's later.
We crossed the gap, wounds and ruin to bring an end to this. We severed worlds, let them destroy me. Why is the sequence not complete?
Most intriguing, Lotus. Do you two have a history?
Oh yeah, also range does not apply to the radius of his ultimate. It does, however, apply to the radius of the larva's burst. As in, like, the little guys that spawn. Or, sorry, not larva, maggots. And also, the ultimate, just like his 3, costs stacks. 3 stacks, to be specific. Did you just steal my bow? Alright. Who's taking my bow? Oh yeah, and if you use Nidus's 1 while airborne, you'll actually quickly descend to the ground to slam.
My own daughter, the last of my womb. How can you do this?
Okay.
Lotus, what are you not telling us?
Focus, Teshin. We need focus.
I'll tell you right now, I hate his wording. Oh yeah, another thing for Nidus, by the way. He is one of the most stylish frames, in my opinion. Because when he gets stacks, his body actually mutates. These stacks are in fact called mutation stacks. And as you can see, I got a lot spikier, I got this like helmet thing on. Like, that's part of the whole thing. When you get to 20, that is the maximum look for it. So yeah, and again, you can go up to 100 stacks on Nidus. I really need more range. Just gonna quickly head over here real quick. Oh, this is a spot. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh yeah, and also for Nidus, so first off, I'm using his deluxe skin. I just love it so much. But, also, the quest that he drops from is the one I was hoping I'd be able to do, called the Glassed Gambit. When you do it, you'll have to do an activity called the Index. which is the easiest credit farm in the entire game, especially if you have a Vauban.
As I awake, so will they.
And also, you're welcome to every person that I've played with in the Index to help them grind out credits. Because yeah, I was that Vauban. Well, technically Vauban Prime, but still. Because yeah, Vauban, a cool thing in the Index, none of the enemies are in Eximus, none of the enemies are crowd control immune, so you can just throw down his, I forgot what the ability was called. It's where he throws out this orb that, like, grapples an enemy by the leg and, like, holds them on the ground. Or heck, even hang them from the ceiling if you so chose. And I just throw down like 4 of those. Enemies can't do anything. I let my teammates pick up the index points from the enemy killed. It just makes the index so easy. Oh yeah, and also, just like Tribros says, you Rhinos, put in your points! Seriously! Like, points cap out at 20, as in the bonus. It caps out at 20. Just turn it in when you got the max bonus. You're wasting just as much time as you think you're saving. And points do not transfer to the next round. Like, honestly, mate.
Natah, Lotus, you cannot hide this past any longer.
There are gaps. I had my mission, and I have completed it. All but the last sequence.
To destroy the Tenno.
The war was over, so I hid them away. In the Second Dream, I could not destroy them.
And yet, you were born to. So tell me, what made you stop to reject your nature?
All missions to the Origin system required a sacrifice. Me and my kind become barren when crossing the gap. It is the one flaw we never overcame.
Natah wanted children of her own.
Natah was the daughter, until I destroyed her. Now, I am the Lotus. Now I am the mother.
Uh-huh. Game.
Tenno,
Oh.
you seal my tomb. You kill my two men. Not acceptable behavior. Our differences need to be settled. So, you know where I am. Come, get me. Just try.
Tenno, you know where Till is. When you are ready, destroy him.
Alright, yeah, so that was telling you, hey, you can do the boss fight. Okay, so Nova here. They have 2 build types. Also, passive is if you get hit by knockdown, then you emit a pulse. Honestly, not that good. So, your 2 build types can either be negative ability strength, which, I mean, look at that. Making enemies faster. And then the other build type is a speed nova. Or not speed, a slow nova. Making enemies slower. Hang on a second, I need to swap this off. Let's grab the burstin', why not? And we'll throw on split chamber. And there we go.
Operator, did you hear that? It said... Cosmic
Alright.
background radiation is a riot!
Next story mission. Second Dream. Now I'm telling you right now, this is spoiler territory. If you want to go through it by yourself, then go ahead. Otherwise, yeah, you can just watch if you want. We're about to get into confusing territory.
Do not let this happen.
So, that thing talking to us before, that was known as Hunhao. And Hunhao is Natah's father, I guess. It's a weird thing with the sentience.
Infiltrate the Grenier systems to find out what they know. It may lead us to this fucker. Your expedition has uncovered pieces of Hunhao.
So yeah, first ability, you spawn these little orb things circling you. They grant damage reduction for while it's on you. I have an augment where kills while in or kills on enemies affected by my ult grant me particles. So I can stack up easier and all that. Also, I can't use my drifter right now because this is the quest where you basically unlock the ability to use it, and there is a interesting reason for that.
Trigger the alarms now. The enemy will start destroying them.
So yeah, first mission here, a spy vault. Oh boy. And this is an interesting one. This is a Uranus spy vault. Really, game? Now, normally you wouldn't be able to just jump up there, because, like, yeah, that.
Alarms.
Yeah, I just set it off, I don't care.
You need to hurry.
Nope!
The vault has already been raided. The data is damaged, but there could be a message here. I need another data sample to piece it together.
The Tenno Hive has corrupted your precepts. With love, I will destroy them and make you right again.
You will never find them, Hunhao.
But I see your mind. I already have found them. You owe me their lives.
Okay, so, Hunhao there, I didn't show the cinematic, I probably should have. But, if you may recall, I showed that when I beat Jackal, I got a message from a, like, certain someone. It just said question marks. That is a rare enemy spawn known as Stalker. Stalker met up with Hunhao over there, and, well, for this quest, and became an upgraded form called Shadow Stalker. Now, if you encounter Shadow Stalker, or not encounter Shadow Stalker, if you encounter Stalker after this quest, then he will be the upgraded one. If you encounter him before, he will actually be just normal Stalker, using his main 3 weapons. The Dread, the Hate, and the Despair. Yes, I know, big old edgelord over here, huh? And any of those weapons can drop from Stalker, as well as Shadow Stalker. The other weapon being the one that Hunhao is currently possessing, as in like to talk through or whatever, because I guess Hunhao's stuck down here in Uranus. But he is currently possessing the blade to speak, and we can craft that blade. It's called the War, which for some reason deals mostly impact? It's a sword! How does it do impact? But yeah, part of the thing, so apparently way back when, the Tenno betrayed the Orokin, and Stalker was one of the Warframes that actually, like, listened to them, and I guess hates us forever.
The message you uncovered
And,
do not trust the person
Hunhao, a sentient,
options.
wants us dead as well, so the two are working together to try and kill us. Alright, Oberon. Actually, hang on, what was this passive again? I think it was Companions? Oh yeah, Companions get, health, armor, and shield link mods basically for free at a smaller value. In addition, Oberon can instantly revive a pet once per mission. Well, your pet, I think. And Oberon here is a support frame who can also basically nuke a map, in a sense. Also, sorry for your eyes, because I think I forgot about my setup. Oh yeah, also he called us a while back. So that spy vault mission, we were trying to like find a way to stop them, and it turns out the information in the vault was a message from him, Alad V. Now, real quick thing in story, Alad V here, first off, he's the one who tortured the crap out of, Valkyr, and, on top of that, he has turned many a Warframe into a Zanuka. Basically, he dissected the Warframe and then turned it into a Robocat that he can command. Don't fully understand how, but then at one point he becomes infected, and that's part of another quest, the one for Mesa. But he at one point actually became human again somehow, because there was a whole like event thing of like you could either choose to help him and get him a cure, or just help Nefanyo in getting rid of him. Everybody loved Alad V more than they loved Nefanyo, so yeah. Okay, so Oberon, first ability is you fire off a like explosion on the enemy you're looking at, and it'll spawn radiation particles that will bounce around seeking out enemies. Yes, Oberon loves radiation damage, though as a weapon, not as like a thing used against him. Second ability, Hollowed Ground, I think it was called. You activate, and you do some gardening. Enemies in the area take radiation procs, and you get a armor buff. Third ability, Health Regen. Your energy will drain, and it'll drain quicker per teammate. There's the anti-synergy I was talking about with Nekros. Because all of his shadows, again, drain health by default. So, yeah. Some enemies. Oh yeah, and this is the only form of swimming you'll ever get in this game. Though, awesome enough, there is a, like, summer event called Dog Days. It's literally just playing with some Grineer using squirt guns. It's actually fun. Okay, so Alad's wanting me to find this thing around here.
Yes, get just smell the prize, because I know you can't see it. Can you see it? It's right there.
Yeah, he's playing hot and cold with us. Game, can you let me up? Or do I need to get rid of this Grenier? Ah, there we go.
Are these the bones you're looking for, Nidus?
Yes, this is it. A fragment of my father, destroyed in the old war. I can use it to see him.
Alright, give me a sec. Recording.
I see the stalker, Hunhow's voice within him. I see the reservoir, but I feel confusion. He doesn't know unless... Oh no.
Thank you, daughter. Fear has baited you to the snare. What was secret is now known.
Nope.
Your Tenno, their touch. I now see the womb of the sky. My shadow now walks the path.
What have I done? Get out of there, Tenno.
Yes, hurry, Tenno. But be careful. Last time you got close with the sentients, you wiped out an entire civilization. But you don't remember that, do you?
No, not at all, Alad. Because some people just won't tell us anything. Where the heck is... Oh my lord, it's back through there. I'm gonna pull up this stinking map here. That's back through the cave. Oh, right. Wait, this thing ricochets? Huh. Whoa, okay. Okay, so I didn't get to show off the ultimate, but what it is, you'll lift enemies into the air, slam them on the ground, and deal damage to every enemy hit, as well as drop health orbs. An additional thing is I have an augment where it makes an AoE of armor strip to weaken enemies, and yeah, I kind of went a bit too far with the range. I saw a video about it, I thought it funny, I thought I'd do it myself. But yeah, at least I didn't have to blind the stinking viewer. Come here. Jump. There you go. Alright, so I gotta stop Stalker.
What is this reservoir? Some hidden Tenno weakness?
Goodbye, Alad. You've earned your favor. We'll take it from here.
Don't think so. I'm here to protect my investment. If that thing manages to destroy the Tenno, then where does my investment go? Now then, where is he?
Alright then, Neptune. We gotta use a void gate. I should have brought Zeku, now that I think about it. Oh boy, this is going to be frustrating.
He cannot reach it alone. He needs the Stalker to do it for him.
So Protea was the frame for the deadlock protocol, and of course her whole thing is around the whole time manipulation, which is for her passive, or not passive, for her ultimate. Her passive is absolute garbage. So she has not good ability strength scaling, and that's in part because her passive is every third ability cast, as you can see right there with the icon. It will, yeah. The next cast will be at 100% ability strength increase. Now, a slight problem with that is that it's adding to your ability strength. So, say you're at 100% ability strength, that's just meaning you're getting 200% ability strength. If you were already at 200%, it doesn't go to 400%, it just goes to 300%. Yeah. Scaling not that good.
These things never made sense to me.
And like this, just generates some energy. So, yeah, that's the third ability. You place down a dispenser, and it rotates between health, ammo, and then energy. And it will skip if one's already out. So, yeah. Oh, hey, Stalker, how you doing?
You're smart, Tenno. You'll figure out how to open it again, won't you?
This needle pierces the sky. Natah, will we find the Tenno heart within? These puppets will not stop me. I will attack in many forms.
Alright. Say hello to the new enemy type.
Impressive. These sentient fighters appear to adapt to damage.
Thanks, Ava.
Crack one open and see what makes it tick.
So, yeah, that was a sentient. The problem with them, they gain resistance whenever they take enough damage from a source. So you hit them with impact, they'll soon become resistant to impact damage. You hit them with slash, same thing, and so on and so forth.
Oh, don't you just hate that feeling? Makes my stomach flip. Let's see where you've landed. Find a nav console.
Well, that's interesting.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Game.
Sweet prophet, the moon exists. It was in the void all along. I knew the Lotus was powerful, but this, she erased history. We thought it was destroyed all this time. My mind.
So yeah, apparently Lotus moved a moon. Earth's moon.
Reservoir with it. Very clever.
And yeah, the reservoir's over there.
Shadow, your path is clear.
I found it. The reservoir, hidden in the void. A place Sentinels can never reach. We must do everything to keep it there. It's the only way to keep the Tenno's power alive.
Found the reservoir. As unpleasant as our past is.
Okay, so yeah, second ability there is a turret that you can place. Its base duration is 3 seconds.
Deception.
But, as you can see, for that little circle there, it will actually gain, like, double damage, or not double damage, like, it'll deal more damage per, shot it lands on a target, and that includes the AoE on the shots.
The betrayers get what they
turret.
deserve.
Really, turret?
Lies from their omnipotent
Turret!
I have detected a ship leaving the tower. It's the Stalker. He's on his way to the moon. You need to find a way to get off this.
So yeah, as you can see, ×7 on it. Like, it'll build up through its duration, basically. So if it runs out, yeah, it's just gonna reset on you. Ow for my shields. Turret! Oh.
That's it, Tenno. Shut down this power.
Alright, so to stop the Stalker from, well, killing us, we need to We need to destroy these things to pull the moon out of the void. Why can't any of these come up? Ow. Okay, that's not how it's supposed to go, but that's funny. It just looks like I grab a hold of it, but no, that's the standing still melee attack.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Well, for this stance anyways. Now, the last ability for Protea, I'm just gonna, like, show it off around, like, in a more open area. So, as part of the gimmick for her, she does the whole time manipulation. You place down an anchor, and any damage dealt is stored. Then when you when the timer runs out, or you lose out on all your health, it explodes and rewinds you. And yes, your energy at that moment, other than the energy cost, is saved at that time. But if you run into an energy orb on the way back, you lose that energy orb. So yeah, that's kind of dumb.
Somehow, Ordis actually remembers the last time I was here.
All right.
Concern for the operator is at
Revenant.
critical levels.
The suspense is killing me. Lotus, you have to tell us your secret. Hey, don't cut me off.
Within the moon lies the reservoir, the secret to your Tenno power. But the secret is dangerous. It drove the Stalker to madness. Forgive my deception. I was only trying to protect you from the same fate. Now,
Drew
it is
Stalker
time
to
protect
madness?
yourself by ensuring the moon remains within the safe.
Is there something about Stalker you're not telling us? That man is shrouded in mystery, girl. Alright, Revenant. So, Revenant is from the plains of Eidolon, and he is an Eidolon-based Warframe. They say it's a sentient-based Warframe, but that is a bald-faced lie.
Collapse the void shadow.
I mean, not on purpose, but still.
Tenno hearts will beat their
So, his first ability, you turn an enemy into an ally. And they can apply this to multiple enemies with their attacks. When they die, they release this little geyser that will shoot out projectiles at nearby enemies. Second ability is called Mesmer Skin. You activate it, and you get basically a form of Iron Skin. Enemies that damage you will be stunned and susceptible to a cast of your one. Oh, right, we were just needing to have a way to catch up with him. Yeah, and as you can probably tell, for some reason, Stalker doesn't have this ability really. But these infested are actually Stalker and Hunhouse power combined making these things. So they're not gonna attack him, but they will attack us. Third ability, this is basically supposed to be like a Vonvalis dash. So and enemies you hit will have their health drained to restore yours. Finally, his ultimate, which I don't actually have on me right now, is Dance Macabre. So you activate it, and you'll spin around in place to, like, deal damage to enemies, and it will actually deal damage to enemies based off of what they're weak to. Oh, I forgot you had that.
Power from your shields while I
Oh crap!
Natah, you trust this Oregon blood?
So yeah, Stalker there, just like the Sentience, he will gain resistance to damage because of Hunhow.
The next compass needs power.
Alright, so Stalker set off a chain reaction that's going to make the void collapse in on the moon, so we gotta stop that. And now the moon will be out in the open. So it is back, and it is a full-on mission node that we can go to.
Cease now and forever.
Uh-oh, Hunhow's found me. Sorry I can't stick around to see how this all ends.
Oh yeah, Hunhow, I guess, sent some sentience after Alid. Unfortunately, this is a bit of a problem, because Alid causes some problems with it. Okay, so this right here is a challenge. Now, what you need to do is you need to bait that thing into shooting these pillars. Whenever you do, it'll head to center and do one of two attacks. That one, where he lays down tick damage mines. By the way, you can shoot these to make a platform here. Or the next one.
That's it. The eyes.
He will go to center, aim down, and perform a suction move. The power of it is quite strong. Really? And yeah, by the way, for the ult, I replaced it with Rhino's Roar ability.
It's done.
So by the way, this challenge, yeah, if you find it in a normal mission, you can start it by shooting right there and right there to activate it. Then when you complete it, this will drop, and you can go into here and interact with one of these to grab a Lua mod. Now, Lua mods, they're interesting ones. They don't have negatives, but their benefits are quite small, really.
How can you defend these devils, Margulis, after what they've done to you?
I hear who's talking there.
Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. They won't hurt anyone. I just need more time.
I cannot protect you. Tomorrow you must renounce before the sun.
Yeah, that's a enemy for... or not enemy. That's a guy for later. Oh boy, is he annoying. Oh, overshoot. What? Wait, you set up the ship there? That's different. Usually set it up at one of those platforms over there. Talk about a major overshoot. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Revenant's passive is when his shields break, he causes a pulse, much like Nova's pulse when she gets knocked down, that deals damage and causes a knockdown to enemies.
Back in normal space, but the reservoir is in more danger than ever. Hunhow will send spiders, and the stalker is still coming for you.
I'm gonna bring Rhino just because. Actually, nah, I'll take Rhino. Alright. Now we have to head to the reservoir and stop Stalker and Hunhow. And this is where the big secret is revealed.
We saved the moon from a void collapse, but Hunhow can now attack the reservoir.
So for Rhino, his passive is if you if you land at a high velocity, basically, then you'll cause a shockwave.
We'll stop the voices from taking hold.
The first ability is literally just Rhino performing a charge, like a normal rhinoceros. Second ability, Iron Skin. You pop it and you get 3 seconds of invulnerability. It has been reworked to now give Overguard. And yeah, it's annoying. It scales with your armor and your ability strength.
Shame on you! You Orakin! So perfect on the outside, but you're rotted through and through!
7 hands raised. For your apostasy, the judgment is death. Margulis, why? It's about the other rejects we consigned to Lua a few years ago. They're calling it transference. I know we are desperate, Executor, but these aren't damn soldiers. These are gods possessed by devil minds.
Yeah, Dance Macabre would basically be like this thing. Yep, there's the Overguard. Third ability is Roar, and then fourth ability is a Stomp. Rhino will stomp on the ground with force sufficient enough to stop time. He will stomp the ground, and enemies will be frozen in the air suspended animation. Yeah, who knows with Warframes at this rate. Alright, big secret, what is it? Okay. Big old pods. And there's that one. A kid? Okay.
Dream. Not of what you are, but of what you want to be.
Oh! Got limbs not working for a while. Been in stasis for quite some time, limbs still a bit numb. Alright. Wake up, big guy. Alright. Oh, hi. Could you not, mate?
You hesitate, Shadow, but remember your despair. This is your only chance to make it end. Your hatred is too weak, Shadow. Mine is strong. My fragments will finish this.
Alright. Making my way out of here. It may say Ava's dead, but they're actually not. They're just not allowed in this scene.
But you're more vulnerable than ever.
Okay, so a quick thing. This is the speed you can walk at. You cannot jump at all. But I have death lasers!
To unleash your true power.
Yeah. I am able to shoot lasers out of my hands that kill sentience in a matter of seconds. This is because of a thing called void damage. So, the reason why the Lotus hid the moon in the void was because sentience and the void don't agree with each other. Like, basically, if a sentient were sent into the void, it would be like walking through poisonous gas for them. Also, by the way, you physically can't die during this part. And also, when a sentient becomes resistant, if you hit them with void damage, they just lose their resistance. Even Stalker, for Shadow Stalker, loses it. Alright, we're going, Oi, where's my decorations?
I don't know how much time
You rats! Give them back!
into the heart of your orbiter. There you will find the somatic link.
So, yeah, this is me. Kiddo, as we're calling him. I gotta put them into the chip. You got to be kidding me, mate. No. 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 No.
Focus, Tenno. Use your ability to breathe life into the somatic link.
No. 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 No.
Again, it needs more power.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, just 3 times. Wow, Rhino! You really lost your grip there, didn't you? Ah, crap. Oh! That scared stinking life into my limbs again.
No self, no sense, no death. Just a metal puppet dangling on Tenno strings. Only the Tenno's death will end your despair.
Rhino!
All your dread-long life, you've waited for this moment. But you're asking yourself, was I one of these wretched things? You know the answer. You still hate me. You still hate yourself.
Hey, could you let me go, please? Why is he holding my planks? Okay. Out of my ship, boy! I can't say. Rhino? Is that you? No? That's someone else. Lotus! Every orbiter's gotta have their own form of a reservoir. Oh, that feels better.
Now we fight on two fronts, my child. The war without and the war within.
Spoilers, Lotus! Spoilers!
So beautiful to behold.
And yeah, that's how I made my Tenno look.
I'm confused. I thought I was...
I know. Forgive me. This is who you really are, a Tenno. More than human, but once a child like any other. What do you remember?
And yeah, multi-choice thing.
A jumble of words, numbers. I must have known everything about Tau. Our teacher loved when I corrected her.
Memories. From your time aboard the Zeramin 10-0, before the Whitejet accident. It was years before the ship was recovered. It was drifting dead in space. All her crew gone, except the children.
We were just kids, but they were afraid of what we could do. When they tried to treat us like rats, I stood up to them. I wasn't going to let them divide us after what we've been through.
You were so brave, but the Orokin were afraid of you. The Void had changed you, and you couldn't control it. No one could. They were about to destroy the orphans of 10-0, but Margulis, she loved you. She found a way.
She confronted them, even when she knew what it would cost her. Blinded and sick by her work with us, yet in her heart, stronger than all of us.
The Orokin murdered Margulis, used her work to create transference. Your mind projected into a surrogate strong enough to withstand your power. It felt like waking up, but it was just a lucid second dream.
Hey, that's the name of the mission!
We must have known. I remembered what it was like to be afraid, to be weak. I vowed never to forget that, never to abuse what I had been given. I had a code.
And so you became Tenno, serving the Orokin, but bound by honor. As the Tenno grew, they founded great schools, the Tenno ways. Do you see yours?
I see a tree of many branches, the Neramon way. Our discipline focused on knowing the enemy. We believed that to truly understand a foe would confer the greatest advantage upon a warrior.
Neramon will be your focus. But we have so much more to do. Here in the Orbiter, transference will be even stronger. Command the Warframes. Make whole the shattered world you've been given. Are you ready, Tenno?
Yes, Lotus, I am.
Oh, okay, I'm back to working order, huh? Alright, so yeah, you get him, but you don't get to walk around with them yet. What you get is you'll be able to pop into your operator mode and shoot a big old laser or whatever, depending on like the school, I guess. And that is where these come in. When I first played, I ended up with this school. This one is a very decent school, and they actually changed a few things for it, giving like void levitation and what was the second ability? Oh yeah, sling stun. And those are new mechanics. Old ones were power spike, really good for a melee setup, especially for Kalervo now. Affinity spike, really good melee affinity farm. Upgrades for swapping out of your operator mode to your Warframe, and then a passive that applies at all times. Now, you get this progress through lenses. Lenses are a thing that you can apply to a max level Warframe or weapon that can give you focus in any school. Now, if you're able, I would recommend trying to start in Zeneric. This is the one I've been using. Because with this one, there is this ability here, Wellspring. When you activate it, it makes a little bubble, granting 5 energy per second to your Warframe, 10 energy per second to your operator. Then, with this upgrade, you can activate it again, granting you and allies inside the bubble a 20% ability strength increase. So yeah, that is a really good ability, and that's what I mainly use for, like, using my Warframe's abilities and all that. Because I play very spammy, admittedly. So yeah, that is the second dream quest. So, next quest that I will go over will be War Within. And then I'll do Chains of Hero in that video as well. And since we ended on Rhino, the next frame will be Saren. Really good considering I'm going up against Grineer. Alright, well, I will see you all in the next one. See ya.